All right, with this video, we're continuing our series of cloning an Awwwards website. We are gonna continue laying the foundations, all the pages, the footer, the header, etc. Also, Elementor is running a Black Friday. I will leave a link in the description below to their products. They have some amazing deals. If you were on the fence to buy any of their plugins, hosting, add-ons, now is the time. 2026 is here. If you want to start working with Elementor, now is the time. After that is done, we're going to focus on optimizing it for mobile because that's how I like to work. After that, we are going to be adding some animations. Maybe we're not gonna cloning to perfection to a T, but it's going to be, almost that website. So let's get into it. We have at least 4 videos ahead of us. I'm going to be releasing these videos one after another because I want to have some continuity. And you guys, I think, would prefer that. I will create a playlist and I will link it down in the description below. So let's get into it. All right, if you don't remember, this is what we were working on. This is the website. So let me go back to the homepage. And this is how the homepage looks, okay? I will also leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out, if this is the first video that you're watching about it. It's a very, very nice website, honestly. I love it. There is plenty of GSAP on it, but it's so tastefully done. And this is how this type of websites should be actually work. I don't want to talk about this subject too much, but we're gonna cover it maybe as we go. But let's go to the header because this is what we're going to be building first. So as you hover over the menu items that have the arrow, so it's the products and it's the about, okay? I only prepared this one, all right? But I think it's a very nice one. And I think it's so nice and so clean and it really serves its purpose. Look at that. I don't have it fully completed yet. I will take you on a journey of how I made it and I will actually explain to you what I did and I will show you the structure, obviously, because otherwise this video would be so long and so probably boring. So I want to just go through my steps and my thought process, okay? Just a disclaimer, it's not that I am perfect or I know how to build websites better than anyone, because I don't. If you have better ideas or other widgets that I could have used to make the website, not be too heavy, less containers, obviously. Also, that is another thing that I wanted to touch upon. If I used too many containers on the website, it doesn't mean that they will stay that way. What I like to do, first of all, is lay down the pages, the structure, and then when it comes the time to work on the animations, I will probably slim it down. Maybe I will come up with different solutions. I just like first to have everything on the page, so that way I can see how everything will look, feel, and sort of interact with. That is the downside of working with the GSAP custom code. Because we're not coding from scratch, I need to find ways to connect the GSAP to the elements on Elementor. So that is making things a little bit more complicated. If you use a plugin, you don't have to worry about that, like a plugin for GSAP. You don't have to worry about that. You can start your website, create your page structures, as well as making it mobile optimized, and then add your GSAP. That is one of the reasons why I don't do the mobile optimization, because I would waste my time. As I said, I work a little bit backwards in a sense. Optimization for mobile is actually the last thing that I do. And another thing is that on mobile, I want to have very minimal animations because it's much better for user experience. Yes, our phones have become bigger, but nevertheless, people don't want that on a small screen. If you can keep it very minimal and just very nicely, moving a little bit on scroll, revealing themselves, a little bit of motion, a little bit, that is great. I, for one, don't like to have to see too many animations on the websites that I scroll on my phone. I don't like that. When I'm on my phone, I just want to find the information that I need to purchase, to read, to, all that. All right, so let's get into the structure, the build, and yeah, That was my rant. Okay, let's go. So let me go to the website that I made. This is basically my menu. Okay, I did not do any gzapping, any hiding yet. Obviously, because I'm still working on it. Yes, there's some parts that I still have to work. I was working until very late last night to get this done. So if you see the original, it's kind of close, but it doesn't look like it's the same because I am repeating these items. Basically, they're just placeholders. So what we need to change is basically the color of the text and also the size, because mine is a little bit smaller, I think. And yeah, the color needs to be a little bit more washed off. So let's get in the back end. I'm gonna go to, as you can see, I'm on Elementor hosting. So I'm going to go to my WP admin and I am going to go to my theme builder because this is where I added my header. Okay, so I'm gonna go to header and I'm gonna go to edit. What I want to tell you here is that I already have my GSAP, I deactivated it, but I created this header. I don't remember exactly when, in one video. I will also leave a link in the description to that video, but I will also show you how I make this work, because that menu is activated by hovering over one menu item, but in our case it will be the product and the, what was it, about items. So I have to make those connections. But for now, we're gonna just work on our menu, okay? So let me just go a little bit here. Yes, it's about, not about us. So I have to fix that. Yeah, what I wanna do, actually, I will do that right away because that bothers me. So I'm gonna go in the menu and I'm gonna fix it up there in the back. So let's see. It's about, and we need the products first, and we need also case studies, which I need to add. Let me save the menu, case studies, about, and contact. All right, so let me just go to pages because it seems like I don't have it. Case studies. Okay, I'm gonna add a new page and I'm gonna call it case studies. All right, publish, and let's go back to our menu, appearance menu. All right, add to the menu. Again, I need to see. So products, specs, case studies. And I think that's the order. Contact is the last. Our menu is created and we are ready to have a look on the front end. All right, we're getting there. We need to add the arrows here. And what was it about? Yes, we need to add 2 arrows. But all in all, we are getting there. So the menu items are a little bit big here. Let me just adjust that. Go to style. For whatever reason, they still appear the same. Let's just refresh the page so I have a better visibility with the correct items. So let me check with what font. So if I click on one of these menu items, so it's 19 pixels. If I go to convert pixels to rem, let's see, so 19, it's 118. Well, we're close. Yeah, so we are at 1.3. It's interesting because my menu looks like it's smaller than the original. Could be because there's space between the items. Anyway, we can work on that a little bit at a later date. So let's start with the structure. Let me just close the container. As you can see, we have one main container and then we have the container that we add, GSAP code to. So it's quite a lot of code here. And I also have, I don't remember if it's here. No, it's not here. I think it's in the parent container. I have a lot of CSS. A lot. This will be cleaned out because there's a lot of CSS that will not be used. Same with most likely GSAP. We are going to adapt it to this menu. Okay. All right. So let's go to the parent container. Let's open it. And here we have 2 child containers. And if I click on this one, you will see this one contains our logo. So we have a container for the logo. Why did I do that? I don't know. I think that's not necessary. You see, this is that thing that I was talking about. We can just simply clean it out. So I'm gonna remove this and we are great. We have done we have removed 1 container, so that is fantastic. Let's see what is going on here. This is, yeah, let's just change the size of it. And it's like we have another container. This is the trigger that I had in the previous menu. So I'm going to delete this because we don't need it now. The trigger will be, as I said, on the menu items product and about, but we need to fix that up. So in the meantime, let me just fix this and let's publish. I think that we need to reduce the horizontal padding. Let's see how that looks at 3 rem. Okay. I think that is perfect. We actually need a little bit of space at the bottom. All right, let's go to the original menu and let's see how it looks. Okay, so when we scroll, the menu disappears. It has some height and then it shrinks. So yeah, I think we need some padding here. Okay, so let me just add about maybe 20 and 20. Okay, that is something that we can adjust further down the line. For now, I think we actually might have too much space here, but not enough at the bottom. Yeah, as you can see, the parent container has a lot of space. So I think this is the right padding all around. Let's refresh. All right, so imagine we don't have this admin bar here. We just need a little bit more space, I think, between this container and this container. So let's see, just a little bit. And also the logo needs to be a bit bigger. Okay, so let's go to advanced. So let's see how big. Something like that, I think. And then let's go to the container, and I'm gonna add 30 pixels at the bottom. All right, let's move on to the next container. I'm gonna close this so we don't get confused. Let me just move the structure here so you can see better. Okay, I'm gonna click on this child container and I'm gonna open it. And we have a lot of things going on here. We have 2 children containers. Yeah, as you can see. If I open this one, I have 2 grids. Let me just click on one of the grids. And if I open this grid, you will see that I have 3 headings, which are this grids, covers, and blocks. So let me just show you what I did here for the grid to have this look. As you can see, this row basically spans two rows. Okay, 2 rows, I guess. And this is how I did it. Basically, you go here to columns. Actually, yes, columns. I always confuse this. You go here to set it, instead of having it set to FR, you add custom columns here. So in my case, I set 2 FR, which is this one FR and 1 FR. And if you were wondering what FR is a fractional unit, okay? So if I set this one to be 3 FR, as you can see, it covers three fractional units. Anyway, we want it to be set to 1 FR and 1 FR, okay? And pretty much that's it. I set the autoflow to row, full width, and rows 1, because we don't want more than that. If I said 3, this is what will happen, and I don't want that. All right, additional options, nothing here. Style, nothing except for padding, top and bottom, and no custom CSS. But if I go inside, you will see that the heading, it's an H2. You can change it to whatever you want if you want. Style, I have set it to Inconsolata. So these are the 2 fonts that we're using, Inconsolata and Inter. I realized that these 2 are the best, look similar to the ones that they used on the original Awwwards website. And I set the size to 1.1 REM and 400 weight, okay? And that's about it, nothing else, except for the color. It's the color that we have already created in our global colors, okay? I need to actually now create another color for this text we have in the icon box one by one. Let's just close this grid. I think we have covered it. It's nothing complicated. It's very simple. And if you use grids, they are so much easier to optimize for mobile. You don't have to do too many crazy operations to make it look good on mobile. It's really great. Grids are really great. All right, so our next grid is comprised of 4 columns and 2 rows. Yeah, 4 columns and 2 rows. And I have set the gaps to 25. It seemed like it looked like the original, so let's go. As you can see, it looks that way. Maybe we can add a little bit more space between the items. Anyway, what I want to do now, because this is really bothering me, I'm gonna go to one of the icon boxes, go to style, and I'm gonna go to content. And this is where we can change the color of our text. So I'm gonna go a little bit lighter. Let's see. This is more gray. Ours is a bit too warm, I guess. Something like this. Let me see if I can. Oops, I don't think I can though. Wait, color. Oh, we can get the color from here as well. Oh, this is fantastic. This is actually really fantastic. But I think they actually have opacity on it. Yes, that's probably it. And we cannot see that from here, which is no, my mistake. It actually took the color from the text here. And because our menu doesn't stay open, let's see if I can do that. No, it doesn't work. So it just takes the color from the page. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think this is fine. You add the color and then you add some opacity, and I think it's close to. Let's exit the font. Yeah, I think it is. And I think we also need to make it tiny bit bigger, and I think the header needs to be bigger as well, a bit. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, I think it works. Okay, I think it's good. I'm going to copy and paste. The beauty of copy and pasting styles. I love this. All right, so another thing that I want to do, I'm not going to change the text. I'm just going to change the icons, because that is going to give it a little bit more differentiation, and we can really have a better grasp of how our menu is going to look. And I think it's starting to look really good. And one thing that you can learn from copying these designs is how they play with different items. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, these are the same. Okay, let's add this one. You can actually learn quite a lot, and you can actually challenge yourself how to think and how to lay down items on a page. It can be challenging for sure. And look at this. It's starting to look really good, but I think we need a little bit more breathing space. I feel like, yeah, they have more space in between. So I'm gonna go to the grid and let's say 35. Yeah, okay. I think we're getting there. And I think we need more space at the top. Or not necessarily, actually. Maybe just a tiny bit. Let's go to the grid again. So we're in the grid, go to advanced, and let's say 15 and 15. You know what? Let's go 20. I think 20 is the winner here. Yeah. What do you think, guys? I think it's looking really good. So a problem that we have now, as you can see, this one is in line here, but this one shifted as well as this one. What we can do actually is basically giving some padding left, probably 10. I would say, and 10. It's not ideal, to be honest. I don't want to add. Oh, why is there so much space here? Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, this is actually almost in line. This one is not. So what's going on here is my question. And also the icons need to be a little bit more in line with the header. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I'm afraid that is not really possible. There's no possibility for us to really make sure that it is really too T in line, but it's close enough, let's say. Okay, so this one is problematic. I don't understand why this shifted so much. Let's add 29. And I think we are good and in line. And let me just go here to one of these icon boxes. Let's go to content. And I want to save this because we need to adjust our text here color. So I'm going to say gray. Oops, I'm going to say gray. TR from transparent. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna select my gray TR, copy and paste style and paste style. And let's go a little bit to our reference. I don't know, are these fonts the same? I am not sure. And also this is something that is going to take some time to be able to do, to make this arrow actually appear only on hover. I need some time. And we will do these little details at the end. But now we are laying down the structure. Let's go down the line now. Let's close this grid, and this container. And now let's move on to the next container. So as you can see, this is the second child of this other child container. So I'm gonna open it and let me just close to see what we have. We have one grid here as well. I really like to work with grids. They are very flexible. So each grid item contains a container. This was necessary because we have this image and then I had to add a heading and add another heading. So a heading here, and a buttons, and this needed to sit in a line horizontally. There was no other way but this. And let's go to the image. The way I set this up is like this: style 100% all, width, height, cover, center. Let's go to advanced, and I set a 30 pixels padding top and a custom width of 45, and nothing else in terms of code. And it's an image resolution full, no links, no captions. Easy, right? And this button, I actually just copied the button on the homepage and I just changed the colors. So we keep everything looking the same, obviously, as you should. You can save this as a global if you want, but I prefer not to work with global items. I just prefer to copy paste them. It's much easier for me. So yeah, this is about it. Actually, there's not much to it, so I just duplicated this container. Let me just go to the container itself. As you can see, I have set here the gap to be 20. Justify content space between, direction horizontal, obviously, full width. Let me just open it again. If I go to the container that is holding all these items here, the header, the body, text, and the button, you will see that I set the margin top to be 30, padding top 30, align self start. And if I go to style and you go to border, I have set the border to be solid and 1 pixel on the right. Yeah, because I wanted to have this border here, and here. And this works to some extent, except here it doesn't, and it is because I think I have some padding here. Let's just see the reference again. So yeah, it looks like this. So on that side I actually don't need a border, so I'm gonna remove it. This was my work at 1 a.m. yesterday. So let's go to style, border, and select none, and I think we are good to go. In that sense, guys, I think we have a winner. This is looking really good. And let's go to the original. Close enough, okay? I think the images here are a bit smaller in terms of height. And this text might be bigger. I cannot really tell. Or maybe it's just thinner. I don't know, there's something else about it. But I have further adjusted the WordPress menu here. So for horizontal padding, I did a 2 rem, vertical padding 3 pixels, and space between 57 pixels. This works for me. Let's see, let's refresh. As you can see, it's in line. Okay, everything looks as it should. I think we are getting there. We will probably have to make some adjustments here, but we are good. We're really good. So this is the menu for the products, okay? We will have a menu for about, but this is actually pretty easy, I think. Let's just have a look. As you can see, it's nothing complicated. It's this part of the menu that we have to incorporate there. So we will have to create actually 2 menus and somehow make sure that the product menu item triggers the right the menu, this menu, and the about the other menu. So that is going to be a little bit challenging, I think, because we're working with the WordPress menu. It's not just any, I don't know, let's just say a widget like a heading that I could really easily connect. I have to check it out. I have to see the code of the WordPress menu to see what I'm gonna target in my GSAP. So that's why I'm not doing GSAP yet, but as I said, it's coming. So let me know in the comments below how you find it. So let's see how I didn't optimize anything for mobile. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks not so good, but it's, I think, easy to optimize. We just changed the columns we have here, for example, and look at that. That is actually really easy. So we do 2 columns on tablet and we do 1, as you can see. This is fantastic. How cool. But we have to make sure that these items are somehow shown here. So let's see, we will see how this will work out. Actually, I will probably have to rethink something here, but we will see. Okay, so far we are doing great. This is the menu. Next up, because I already have it prepared, is let's see. Let's go to the dashboard. I'm gonna go to pages and I'm gonna show you the specs page. And it's nothing, you know, wow about it, because it's a simple page, I would say. Okay, but I think it's really good. So when you open it, you will see that this is quite complex, the accordion, the amount of information that you have to add in here. I'm still working on it a little bit, but it's crazy. Anyway, I will show you in the backend what I did, and see you in the next one tomorrow. If you'd like to see what else you can build with Elementor, watch this playlist here or here. And if you have gotten any value out of this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.